You guys don't need to worry about me getting revenge from Diddy. I've got 3 moves that make sure he'll never be able to come after me or my family. First, I personally reached out to the victims' legal teams. The real reason he's not getting out is those buried cases behind the scenes. I provided legal funding for 7 victims who had been silent for years and brought in the top criminal attorneys in the country. Second, I bought up every potential post-release business deal he had lined up. I planned this 2 years in advance, so by the time he got sentenced and still had hope of getting out, every partner had already cut ties with him. Third, I don't just have evidence, I've got backups. This is an entire minefield that's been buried for 20 years. I uncovered every secret from the last 30 years. With testimonies from the victims, we interviewed over a dozen people he tricked, threatened, or violated. You think that's harsh? No, he destroyed other people's lives for decades. I'm just making sure he spends a few extra years in prison for it. I'm not afraid of his people, not afraid of his threats. I know he's still in there fantasizing about a comeback, but the truth is, he's never coming back.
What if I told you that the glitzy, glittering world of hip-hop and Hollywood is hiding secrets so wild, so shocking, that your jaw might just hit the floor? And what if I told you that 50 centis, now ready to pull back the velvet curtain and reveal the chaos that's been simmering behind the velvet ropes for decades? That's right, folks, the very same Diddy who's spent years building an empire of bling, business deals, and star-studded parties is now facing a spotlight hotter than a New York summer. And everyone who ever whispered yes, boss might just regret it. Imagine decades of power moves, hush-hush parties, and behind-the-scenes drama finally colliding into one explosive documentary. Meek Mill, Jay-Z, Beyoncé, LeBron James, you name them, they're all caught in the web, whether they like it or not. Could the music industry's golden boy actually be unraveling in real time? And the biggest question of all, how much of what you thought you knew about your favorite celebrities is actually just smoke and mirrors? Buckle up, because what comes next isn't just gossip, it's an expose you won't believe. The story behind Diddy's empire is far from the glittering, untouchable image the public has been fed for decades, and what 50 Cent is about to reveal could shatter the carefully constructed illusions that have surrounded him for years. Because when the cameras are off and the red carpets are rolled up, the world behind the velvet ropes tells a very different story, one filled with whispered deals, strategic alliances, and an almost
16. The game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a Black Billionaires Lunch. Yeah. You understand? Right. And we here together, and we're gonna keep staying together. We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else to us.
An almost surgical control over who rises and who falls in the entertainment world. And it is not just the music that is at stake. It is influence, reputation, and power. And according to insiders, Diddy's circle has operated like a private kingdom where loyalty is currency and access is the ultimate reward. And anyone stepping out of line risks being quietly erased from opportunities while the world watches nothing, oblivious to the undercurrents shaping the careers of icons and newcomers alike. Because what looks like a glamorous collaboration or a lavish party may in reality be a carefully orchestrated move to consolidate influence, buy silence, or secure compliance from those who thought they were merely attending an industry event. And the scale of it is...
The big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
You're gonna let him say that? Jay was getting Grammys.
He had one.
Exactly.
He had one.
He didn't show up.
He had like 20 now.
Oh, Lord.
He had like 18 since he been down. But he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
You're not wrong.
He was one. He got some shit. He's like drinking. His pictures with him. Thinks the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades. Because he's no longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
It is breathtaking, with names like Jay-Z, Beyoncé, LeBron James, Usher, and countless others reportedly orbiting his inner circle. And every interaction is said to carry weight. Every handshake potentially a contract. Every toast a subtle negotiation, all under the guise of friendship and mutual support. And the rumors that 50 Cent has been teasing are more than tabloid fodder. They suggest layers of manipulation, secret arrangements, and pressure tactics that blur the line between opportunity and coercion. Because when influence is concentrated in the hands of one individual or a small network, the temptation to steer outcomes in one's favor can become irresistible. And insiders allege that over the years, this network has quietly shaped public perception, curated careers, and controlled narratives in ways the audience can barely imagine. And while the headlines show sold-out shows, red carpet smiles, and chart-topping releases, the shadows behind these events may hide deals made in whispers, favors exchanged behind closed doors, and leverage used to protect interests rather than nurture
what's real and what's true, you know? And I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. People be making memes. I see the memes. I said, no, some of that stuff is funny. Some of it's funny. But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all the memes. I can stop all of that. I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak off. Listen, I do enough of my own. Don't be putting me in other people's. I ain't been nowhere near that man. I ain't did none of that stupid. So, whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, it's a damn lie. I don't even like baby oil. But I haven't said that publicly. I just said y'all the first time. I usually don't respond to dumb stuff because it's like people. It's so many things people say, so much stuff. But you know that one, your memes was doing too much.
and nurture talent. And what makes this all the more explosive is the precision with which it has allegedly been carried out. Because if even a fraction of the claims 50 Cent is preparing to present hold true, it will reveal a level of orchestration, strategic maneuvering, and power play that turns the very definition of celebrity into a chess game, with real careers, fortunes, and reputations hanging in the balance. And now as the world prepares for this expo, the tension is palpable, the stakes are immense, and the question that hangs over every name connected to Diddy is simple yet terrifying. How much of what we have believed is real, and how much is the performance of a carefully scripted empire built on influence, privilege, and a relentless drive to control the narrative? And 50 Cent seems ready to pull back the curtain and show the audience the machine in motion in a way that could change the way we view fame, fortune, and the very people we idolize. As the layers of Diddy's empire begin to unravel,
Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome and you were going to beat up Will Smith. Is that true?
You really heard that?
Yeah, I watched it on the internet. You're telling me I can't believe everything I read?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Under 50 Cent's relentless scrutiny, the stories emerging from anonymous insiders paint a world that is as extravagant as it is ruthless, with private jets, multi-million-dollar parties, and luxury gifts that appear generous on the surface but serve as instruments of influence. And sources reveal that favors are often tied to obligations, and obligations that are sometimes impossible to refuse. And the power dynamics within this circle reportedly operate like a high-stakes game, where one wrong move can mean the end of a career, where loyalty is constantly tested, and where the rules are unwritten but brutally enforced. And according to whispers from those who have seen the inner workings firsthand, there are accounts of contracts negotiated in whispered corners of exclusive clubs, subtle threats disguised as friendly advice, and strategic alliances formed to—
That's what they f***ed up at. You can tell me Puff going away for a long time, bro, but do you not hear the of Meek Mill? Do you not hear all of the shake it off, take that of Will Smith? Can you not give me the oh God of TD Jakes? I just don't want to be in the room where niggas be actually doing this. man, because that's crazy for a real Crip to pull up and be like, yo, my nigga, like, check this out. Like, I really heard Carl Winslow in there. Like, yo, I was like, yo, getting slapped like that. Slap. Who was he? He begging this out like a... Next thing you know, he walk in there and it's actually my mother.
Is Diddy a dangerous man?
Nah, you missed the fact that was my mom. Like, that was Jaguar Wright getting... That's Carl Winslow, you know.
To maintain dominance over the industry, and the scale of control is said to extend far beyond music and entertainment into fashion, endorsements, and even political influence, with those caught in the orbit sometimes finding themselves swept along in a tide they cannot resist. And the alleged lavish spending is legendary, with sources claiming custom-made jewelry, private island retreats, and over-the-top gifts used as tools to reward loyalty or punish dissent. And the public reactions to these revelations have been explosive, with social media erupting in speculation, memes, and outrage, as fans and critics alike wrestle with the idea that the glamorous facade they have long admired may be built on manipulation and leverage, and insiders suggest that even household names have navigated these waters with caution, sometimes silently complicit, other times quietly resistant, but always aware that the stakes are immense. And what makes the expose even more shocking is the pattern of secrecy and calculated messaging, where every public statement, every interview, and every appearance is meticulously curated.
Struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stand.
Curated to maintain the illusion of camaraderie and mutual respect. While real power games are played behind the scenes, and the consequences of exposure are already rippling through the industry, with whispered rumors of potential lawsuits, corporate probes, and high-profile investigations that could shake foundations. And while no official confirmation has emerged, the fear and tension among those in Diddy's orbit are palpable, with some allegedly reconsidering alliances and others bracing for fallout. And the combination of public scrutiny, legal threats, and exposure of long-hidden practices creates a perfect storm that could redefine the very concept of celebrity influence. And 50 Cent's revelations are not just about scandal, they are about control, leverage, and the extraordinary lengths some will go to protect power, prestige, and personal interests. And as the world waits with bated breath to see how these allegations unfold, one thing becomes clear. This is not just a story about wealth and fame. It is a story about the shadow economy of influence, the hidden mechanisms that shape careers and fortunes, and the risks taken by those who dare to challenge the system, and the tension, speculation, and drama surrounding this exposed promise to captivate, shock, and maybe even redefine how we perceive the biggest names in entertainment, leaving everyone asking the same question: who truly holds the power? And what are they willing to do to keep it? So now that you've seen the cracks in the glamorous world of Diddy and his circle, the question is, what would you do if you were inside that chaos, watching fortunes rise and fall with every whispered deal and secret handshake? And can you even imagine the pressure of navigating a world where loyalty is currency, and one wrong move could cost you everything? And as the story continues to unfold, we want to hear from you. Do you think 50 Cent is exposing the truth? Or is this just another chapter in celebrity feuds designed to shock and entertain? And which of these so-called insiders do you actually believe? And what secrets might still be hidden behind closed doors waiting to explode? And while the social media storm rages, your voice matters. Your opinion fuels the conversation, and we want you to join the debate. So comment below with your thoughts, predictions, and wildest theories. And if you haven't already, hit that like button to let us know you're ready for more breaking truths. And subscribe to the channel because the next bombshell could drop any second. And you definitely don't want to miss it. Because when the world of fame, fortune, and power collides with raw exposure, it's going to be messy, thrilling, and completely unmissable. And trust us, This is just the beginning of what promises to be the most shocking revelation in entertainment history.